Don't wait until you marry. Pray for him now, but make sure your intentions are pure. If you care about that man, you'll ask God to show you the error of your ways first. Crucify your ego. You can't put conditions on God. You can't manipulate God. You must go to him humbly. Then you can stand in the gap for your man because you want him to become all that God has called him to be. Listen closely, whether the relationship works or not.
I actually think it's wrong to try to change someone. If you can't accept him, leave him alone because people don't change, they evolve. Steve Harvey is referring to maturation, the process of a man's mental age catching up with his chronological age. However, that doesn't happen because some woman waves a magic wand and suddenly the boy becomes a man. There is a difference between change and evolution.
So we're talking about the process of you and your earthly king coming together. So your responsibility is to wait patiently because that is critical to your journey and the health of your relationship. Oftentimes we get anxious, we get antsy. Sometimes women say, God showed me, God told me. Why is he acting like this? Or why isn't he cooperating? Because he may not be asleep in the literal sense, but he is asleep in the sense that he still got self work to do. So there are a lot of things that he just has not realized yet because he has his own separate journey and he has his own relationship with the creator. If you feel small or invisible in your relationship, ask yourself how you show up in the relationship. Don't expect him to read your mind. Speak up respectfully. Don't pressure him with unreasonable demands. Fall back gracefully. Don't try to change him. Accept him fully or move on. You decide to show up. You decide how you will participate, and you decide how long you will participate. He's not responsible for your happiness. He doesn't care about a woman's level of intellect or level of education. I'll tell you why this is a red flag for me. Most men are builders. Most men are visionaries. They exercise foresight. They want to build an empire, and they want someone who's going to come alongside them and help them build. That's really the definition of a helpmeet. If he says, I don't care how smart she is, I don't need an intelligent woman, that's a red flag for me. I hear ladies say they want a real man. I don't know how you define it, but I assume you want a strong leader. That type of man is divine. He knows his position and understands his assignment. He knows his life has a divine purpose, so you won't attract him with your independence or individualism. Independent helpmeet is an oxymoron. He needs a woman who is interdependent. The CEO needs a COO. He won't risk his legacy dealing with a woman who can't see or support his vision. Women try to disparage other women by making ridiculous comments like, she can't keep a man. Ladies, you need to stop that foolishness. You're not disparaging her, you're disparaging yourself because you're implying that your failed relationships are a reflection of your worth. You're also letting men know how little you think of them. Men are not property, they are not possessions. They are human beings that have their own thoughts, aspirations, and values. So watch what you say, because your man might leave you for someone that does not objectify him. And if that happens, would that be his choice or your inability to keep him? Marriage can be even harder. Marriage is a whole nother beast. Been there, done that. I don't call it a marriage. It was a legal contract now that I look back on it, in hindsight. But let me say this, marriage is hard when you're compatible. It's hell when you're not compatible. They've had bad experiences in the past, but what they're not realizing is that their expectations are unrealistic. You cannot expect provision and protection from men who have disconnected from the divine. A man has to do his self work. And you have to do your self work.